Phoebe Wild with BGG News, and I'm here with Paul from Split Second Game.
Hi, thanks for having me. This
Absolutely.
is fantastic.
This is BGG.CON 2015, and he's going to tell us all about Patient Zero that they have coming out.
Yeah, we just acquired and signed the paperwork for Patient Zero, which is an zombie game. It's more of a pulp adventure. It's a cooperative dice game for 1 to 4 players, and in this game you are trying to fight this cold that has become a virus that is making people very, very ill to the point of risks to themselves and others. You aren't trying to fight these people, you're trying to help them. You're looking for the cure, and the person who is responsible for this small apocalyptic moment. It means more on the Indiana Jones side of an epic adventure than very grimdark Walking Dead style or splatter up zombicide style of game. It's a cooperative dice game. Everybody has a character with a given ability that will give them many, many advantages throughout the game. Some people will be good healers, some people will be great fighters, some people will... my favorite still is the motivator, the Coach Irving. He's the high school football coach, and he lets you do multiple things. If you do great things, then he gets to continue doing great things to help you on. There is a wonderful synergy between the characters that keeps you from quarterbacking in a big, big way. Gameplay is incredibly simple. Each town has more goods and resources that you need. And if you are successful at clearing that city's locations, you'll get intel, valuable information about who or what is responsible for this outbreak. If you get 5 pieces of intel in the game, you know and have discovered who is at fault. At 10 points of intel, you'll be able to bring the fight to them, and anywhere up to 15 points will give you extra advantages when that final confrontation happens. Gameplay is very simple in that there is a threat track that continues to advance in each city. You'll take 5 dice plus 1 threat die, and you will roll all of those together. In this case, I lost 1 health. If I ever get knocked unconscious, the time to heal you will attract more people and increase the threat. But once I have rolled these dice, I can take these dice and place them on locations in the city in order to get the resources and advantages when I clear out a location. So I could put 1, 2 dice there in order to get this information from the Tri-State Technical College, which will either help us with research on these viruses or will have a effect to get more intel on the bad guy. And I can decide then if I want to take a second turn with the remaining dice. If there was already something that happened on the threat dice, I don't re-roll those dice, but if it showed up blank, I need to re-roll them as well. You can roll 2 times in a turn, and as long as you can place somewhere on the turn, you are in great condition. You do not attract more threat. 6s are fantastic in that they help you research the mutations that are happening to this virus, and at the end of each city location this will reveal itself. A hidden number of research tokens need to be placed on there in order to ensure that the virus doesn't continue to mutate. Terrible things happen if you don't put in the time to do research. There are spaces on here that are wild that allow you to do whatever you like, to place a die of any number you wish, but once you place that on there, the number is locked for that location. There are also secured locations, like little places in town with locks on them. In order to get those, you need to place all of the dice of that set together in one roll. For instance, this service station requires you to have a 1, 2, 3, 4 straight that you need to roll naturally. Luckily, you have resources to help you out with these dice rolls. You have a limited amount of ammunition. If you roll a threat die that's too serious, you can pick it up and roll it again at the cost of 1 ammo. You can pick up all of those dice, or as many as you want. I still did terrible. There's also food which you can use to re-roll any of these action dice. So if you were sitting on that 1, 2, 3 and really wanting that 4, you could spend that food and try to change your roll. And that's the core gameplay mechanism. You are trying to fill out these cities' locations. If you are successful at filling all of them in a city, you get extra intel. If you feel that this threat track is getting too much and you don't want to suffer the penalty of having to be forced out of the city, you can decide to retreat from the city at any time, and you won't get as much intel. The viruses will move a little faster, but at least you'll be safe from the major effects. And then in between cities, there's adventures that happen to you. Most of them making you have a choice between losing time, or losing fuel, or losing ammunition. You want to keep all of these resources in check, because if any of them go to zero, you've lost hope and the game is over. You're hoping, though, to continue on through these cities until you come to the final fight against whatever this big bad could be. It could be a scientist who's gone a little mad, or it could be a supercomputer that's gone a little fritzy, or it could be an experiment gone horribly wrong. And you find out what it is at 5, you figure out what it's going to do to you as you progress, and at 10 you can begin this battle against him if you want. But when you awaken him, the patient zero die comes into play, and it's much more engineered toward making you lose resources and progress on the map than you losing health. It's much more serious, and there's more things that can go wrong on this die. But if you can clear out that final city, deal with all of the elements of patient zero that you need to deal with, as well as make sure that any mutations that were still in play get resolved. If you do all of that while there's still time on your threat track, then you emerge victorious. And when you do, it feels so great.
How long does it take to play?
About 60 minutes, depending on how many cities you're sticking in and running out of. It could take a little longer or much shorter.
Perfect.
And it's really a game that it lives in that space between the characters' spaces and how they work together. This is a game where teamwork is essential in order to survive the luck of the game.
And when are you hoping that it will be released? This is obviously prototype copies, by the way.
Yeah.
This is prototype art. The final art has not been done.
Exactly. We just did the signing on Wednesday, and we're really happy about it. So we're here showing what we've got, and we're expecting and hoping for a release either independently or through Kickstarter coming in the first half of 2016. If we're going Kickstarter, it'll be the first half of 2016. If we're doing it without the kick, it'll be sometime in the fall.
Okay.
We're really excited. We already know where we're wanting to go with the artwork on this. We've started the conversations. We can't wait.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for the overview.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon. This con was great. And also, the game that we're still waiting for, Paradox, is almost on the boat and going to be over here. We're knocking on every piece of wood. We're hoping it's here in time for Christmas and the holidays, so people can experience space-time rescue over the holidays before the new year.
Excellent. Thank you very
much.